Um, Hello YouTube again. Um, I'm very excited about today because from the last video, as y'all can tell, I'm extremely happy that my roommate, I guess he's technically not my roommate anymore because he's gone. So my former roommate, he's gone. So I'm very happy. Uh, so I decided to make another video. This video is about, uh, the time that, I had to take care of a baby alive doll or something. I don't know. Um, this was back in fifth grade, um, which is interesting because I think, was this the year? No, this was the year before my grandparents stayed with us. I think, yeah, um, yeah, I believe so. Um, and I mean that's not what the video is about. The video is about me failing to take care of a child. So, um, so again, this was in fifth grade. So what is that? I was 9, turning 10. I was around that age, so about 8 years ago. Nope, 7 years ago. So 2013, about 2014. So yeah, 2014. I had to take care of a. No, no, no. That's not how the story starts. So I'm sorry. I'm very kind of screwed up right now. So, anyways, this was back. I was still in elementary school, but the school district had a specific school specifically for fourth and fifth grade. It was called the 4-5 school. It was very weird. Um, so I was in the 4-5 school, and there's this class called home economics, which is very weird because it shouldn't be a class for 10-year-olds. I feel like if they made this class for like seniors in senior year of high school, that would be way more helpful, right? At least because we're about 18 at this time. Um, most seniors are. But anyways, we took this class in fifth grade when we were 9 and 10. Very stupid. But anyways, our final project. Yeah, this was nearing summer. This was nearing summer. Yeah, I think. I don't know. But anyways, we had to take this. We had to take the final project, which was to take home like a doll or whatever, a baby doll or something like that. But the baby doll like actually cried. It actually like used the bathroom or whatever, and it actually like slept. So we had to like simulate being a parent for a couple days. Um, and we had to actually take care of the doll. Uh, Through our like actual, we had to manage to take care of a doll and still live our lives. So it was a very interesting time. Uh, and because I'm still doing school, um, it was very hard for me, and I definitely failed. I most definitely failed. um, so for the project, we had to have a spouse. Um, and I mean, it was very interesting because obviously in fifth grade, you having a spouse, it's gonna create a lot of rumors. So everybody who had a spouse with another woman, because there were some boys who had spouses with another boy, um, it was very childish. Obviously it was very childish because you're in fifth grade, you're starting to lose your innocence. Um, Obviously what comes with losing your innocence is people saying like, those that were spouses with other boys were like gay, stuff like that. It was very stupid. Um, I mean, I wasn't one to say that. I wasn't the one to say that, but like I definitely heard like most of the popular boys are saying that. Whatever. Um, what's interesting? So I lived in Plymouth Meeting. I still kind of do, I guess. Um, but in Plymouth Meeting, there's a lot of people of the Jewish faith. There's a lot of Jewish people. So the popular boys were all Jewish, and all the popular girls were Jewish too. So, and I think that's kind of it sounds kind of messed up to call them what they called them at the time, but all of the popular crew, They were called the Jew Crew. I don't like that. Kind of sounds messed up to say now, but the thing is, we didn't come up with that. The Jewish popular kids came up with that. They came up with the Jew Crew. I didn't come up with that. So I don't know how to feel about saying that. I don't think I'm going to say the Jew Crew, but to give context, I just want to say they came up with that, not me. So the popular Jewish kids, those that were like the girls that were paired up with the other girls and the boys that were paired up with the other boys, they were the gay couple or whatever. I was paired up with another girl. Actually, it was interesting because I actually had a crush on her at the time, but that's besides the point. So, anyways, yeah, this kind of, I don't know, I kind of veered off into another subject. This is not about that. This is not about the Jew Crew, and this is not about gay fifth grade spouses. This is about me failing to take care of my child, which is that's not better. So, anyways, so I had to take care of the child first, and it was for I think 3 days. It was like the day that we took care of it, we had to take care of it. Then it was the day after, and then the day after. So it was essentially 2 days because we had to take care of it in the evening. Then the day after, we had to take care of it morning and evening. And then after that, that's when we took it back. So the evening that we got the baby, it wasn't that bad to take care of because all she did, I think I had a girl too. I think, I don't know. But yeah, I think I had a girl, right? I don't know. I did. It was very weird because I think I had a black child, and I don't know if that was kind of specifically because I was the only black kid in that class, but I think I had a black child. I'm not sure. But anyways, I had to take care of my child, and it was very annoying. It was very annoying because all the baby would do was cry. And I was so pissed. I was so angry because it's like, fam, I'm trying to do my homework. Can I do my times tables? Like, what are you crying about? So like it was like in every 45-minute thing, the baby would cry, you know? And I'm over here like, fam, I'm trying to do 12 times 11. Let me do my times tables. So I would have to like, rock the baby to sleep. I would have to give it its milk or whatever. It wasn't like actual milk, but I had to give it its milk until like the baby would start like, laughing or whatever. The baby would have to laugh. And then that's when I know that it was about to go to sleep. So it was like an every 45-minute thing. And then sometimes the baby would have to poop itself or pee, whatever it was. And then when it would pee, I would have to like, I have to change the diaper and give it a new one. Or I'd have to change the diaper and I think do something with the diaper. Because I think we had 2 diapers, we only had 1. So I'd have to do something with the diaper to make it new again. And then I'd have to, put the diaper back on the child or the baby. So the first day wasn't that bad. But at night when I was going to sleep, that's when I was very annoyed. Because obviously, as a 9-year-old, because I was 9 at the time, I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, I still had a bedtime. My bedtime was like 9 o'clock at night. So I'm over here at 9 o'clock. Then it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm already 1 hour in my bedtime. And I'm having good sleep. Then I hear the baby start crying. I'm like, okay, what are we doing right now? What are we really doing? So I had to put the baby back to sleep, whatever. I had to put the baby back to sleep, and I was like, all right, can you not cry anymore? Like, can you go to sleep? And then I don't think it didn't really cry that much, but I do remember it did cry like after 12. It cried sometime in like, it was like 1 in the morning or like 2 in the morning. And I was like really asleep, like I was in the deep sleep progress, And so I heard it cry. I was like, okay, maybe if I just don't touch it for like another 5 minutes, it'll stop. So I was still in the bed, I was like, all right, maybe she'll just stop crying. So I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to stay asleep. All of a sudden, the baby, it makes like another noise, and that noise was to say that it like pooped itself or whatever. So it was simultaneously pooping and crying at the same time. And then that's when I started crying because I was like, what am I gonna do with this child? And it was very funny because, like, thinking back on it now, it was funny, but like at the time being, I was losing my mind because I'm 9 years old. I have to take care of this dumb doll that's pooping and crying at the same time. So I know I was crying so bad that my mom came out her room and she had to help me or something like that. Or she was no, she came out her room to see why I was crying. And then I don't think she helped me, but she was like, "Jaden, you got to do this. Jaden, you have to help your baby or whatever." So it took me about 10-15 minutes to first change the diaper and then rock the baby back to sleep. And I think it only did that twice. It did it at 10 and then it did it at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And then, the next day comes along, and then that day wasn't so hard. It wasn't so hard, but I do remember that in the morning I was very pissed. I was very pissed at the doll because obviously it ruined my sleep schedule and I still had to take care of the stupid thing. So I remember I was getting in my mom's car because I couldn't take the bus with the baby in my, with the baby in my hands. Because number one, my bus driver was going to be looking at me weird. And then number two, um, all the kids are going to be looking at me weird. And then number three, if the baby starts crying or pooping, then I'm like, they're going to be looking at me like, why do you have this whole kit on you? Like, you have to change. Like, what are you really doing? You know? So my mom had to take me to school. And I remember that I was in the back. I was like half asleep in the back with the baby in my arms. And then when like my mom drove me up to the school property, and I remember she started filming me. She started filming. I have the video on my phone, but I can't like play it because like if I put it on the screen, I don't think you guys would be able to see it. I could probably play the audio, but I don't know. It seems kind of, I don't know. I might put it in the description somehow. I don't know. But anyways, my mom starts filming me, and she's like, well, she didn't say a word, but like she's filming me, and I catch her filming me, and I'm like, this is I'm like, she's like, Jaden, say hi or something, so she could like put it in the family group chat and show them that I was like really having trouble with this baby. So I'm like, I said, what did I say? I'm like half asleep. I'm like, you're doing this for your own personal gain, aren't you, mom? I said something like that. Like I sounded so angry, and I was very angry for good reason. Um, so the day we come back, so actually no, because I remember the girl, the lady that was teaching the class, she would shut off the baby throughout school because we can't just take care of the baby while we're actually learning. She would shut off the baby during school, but when we got to her class, she would turn the baby on. So throughout class, if the baby starts crying, we have to fix it. Um, stuff like that. And then she would shut on the baby again as we went back to the house or whatever. So I remember she was saying that one of the babies had a malfunction and that would cry like every 30 minutes or whatever. It would cry like a lot or whatever. So I remember that uh, I knew it wasn't my baby that was malfunctioning. I was just a terrible parent. But I was like, hey, teacher, or whatever her name was. I was like, I think it's my baby that has the malfunction or whatever. So I'm sure that she didn't. I'm sure that she didn't think that it was my baby. I'm sure she would know which baby it was because she had these babies for I don't know how long. But I'm pretty sure she just let it slide because I was just a terrible parent. So she was like, okay, Jaden, uh, yeah, it probably is your baby or something like that. And then instead of me, having to take care of the baby, now I had to do like a little project or something. I had to like go on websites and see like how to take care of a child and like put it on a PowerPoint slide or something like that instead of actually taking care of the child myself. So it was very sad. It was very sad because number one, I was the only person in that class that had to, you know, instead of instead of taking care of the child, I had to end up doing the PowerPoint slide. And, if you're the only kid that has to, substitute the baby for the PowerPoint slide, there's something wrong with either your kid or there's something wrong with the student. So a lot of people were looking at me like, what did this kid do to his child or something like that? Like they were looking at me weird because, obviously there's a reason that I'm the only kid doing the PowerPoint slides, you know. And it didn't help. It did not help at all that I was the only black kid. It didn't help that I was the only black student. So, being in a predominantly white school, where you're a black parent, and it didn't help that I am a boy as well, you know. So it was like I was, they weren't obviously saying it to my face that I was a deadbeat father, but you can tell from the looks. And there were people that were like, laughing at me. Not laughing at me, but they would like make jokes at their table and then look at me. I'm sure that was the case. So it kind of sucked, but at the same time, it was like I'm not taking care of this child no more. Like I hate taking care of this child at 1 a.m. Like, just go to sleep, and I'm not trying to do this no more. So I ended up doing the PowerPoint slides, and then my spouse, because we had the allotted time slots to take care of the children, she ended up taking my time slots and then her own. So it kind of sucked, but at the same time it was good because she ended up getting extra points for taking care of my time slot as well as her own. And it was nice because I did well with the PowerPoint, so I ended up getting an A anyways. So I know that I got looked at bad, but I ended up getting an A for whatever I did anyways. So it was like bittersweet. It was bittersweet because I felt really guilty. I felt really, really guilty because I was like, am I really going to be a terrible parent in the future? But I was 10 years old. No, I wasn't 10. I was 9 years old. So it's like, it's not going to, it's not going to stick with you for the next however many years until you become an actual father, So I felt really guilty. I felt like I was a very terrible father. I felt like I was going to be a very terrible father when I actually have children. And then, a lot of people were making fun of me. And I felt really bad. But, at the end, I ended up getting an A for my PowerPoint presentation or whatever. And then, my spouse or whatever, she ended up getting like 120 on her project or whatever, on the baby thing, whatever it's called. So, albeit I was a terrible father for the project, I did well for the presentation, and I guess I still ended up getting an A for it. So I guess it wasn't all that bad, right? I don't know. I felt like I kind of talked for quite some time here. Yeah, it says 19 minutes, so I don't know how many of y'all are really gonna watch this. Yeah, I probably will, maybe once or twice, but I mean, I think it was a good video. I probably could have made it a lot shorter, but hey, I'm still kind of new to this, right? So, anyways, that's all I got. This is probably gonna be my last video for today, because I already made one beforehand. So, thank you for watching, and peace.